This part of the show where we go beyond the partisan talking points to the heart of the political debate, where all sides are fair game. Today we're talking about Newt Gingrich getting the big backer, the New Hampshire Union-Leader newspaper endorsing the former Speaker of the House for the Republican nomination. Here's how the Union-Leader's publisher explained it, saying, quote, Republican voters too often make the mistake of preferring an unattainable ideal to the best candidate who is actually running. That candidate is Newt Gingrich. Joining me now is Democratic political consultant Ed Espinoza and Republican strategist Ford O'Connell. Ford, to start with you, is this a vote of confidence for Newt Gingrich or a vote of no confidence for Mitt Romney?
Well, I think given the emphasis that Mitt Romney's put on New Hampshire, I see this more as a slap in the face to Mitt Romney than a boom for Newt Gingrich. But it shouldn't be discounted because we have new primary rules, and the average recipient of this endorsement tends to get about 29% of the vote in New Hampshire. So this is definitely a positive thing for Newt Gingrich, but it's certainly a slap in the face for Mitt Romney.
Ed, obviously this helps Newt Gingrich, and especially during a week where there's no debate, it gives him some traction. Who does the Obama White House want to go up against? Anybody but Romney, or does Newt Gingrich scare them a bit?
Well, the anyone but Romney narrative is actually one that you're seeing taking place through the Republican primary right now. You've had a different frontrunner every month, and you've got a new one in November. We could have a new one in December altogether. As to who Obama wants to run against, I think that he's got a strong record to stand on. And look, we're willing to, Democrats are willing to stand on what we believe and what we're fighting for the rest of the year, no matter who the nominee is. The problem here is that if Romney has made New Hampshire his firewall and he's not getting the endorsement of the major daily paper, that's a problem, because the people who know him best are the people who have the most problems with him. And this is just not a good sign for him going 6 weeks away from the first primary.
Yeah, but if you take a listen to the endorsement, you read the endorsement. In fact, let's take a listen to the paper's editorial page editor. It's not exactly a ringing endorsement. Take a listen.
We consider the candidate overall. I mean, we don't just look at the poll numbers. And this isn't a game where we're trying to win the primary so we can have a record of X number of wins. I mean, we don't look at it that way. We're not trying to attach our name to a winner. I mean, that's not really leading. That would do our readers a very big disservice. I mean, we're looking at who we would like to see as president.
Ford, what does Newt Gingrich have to watch out for in the coming weeks so that he doesn't have the same fate as the other non-Romney candidates who have made it to the top of the polls?
Well, he has to demonstrate message discipline. He seems to be somebody with a lot of ideas on his, in his head. He can't sometimes seem to put the brakes on his mouth. I think that's the big thing for him. But I think he has to win Iowa if he wants to have a realistic shot at the nomination. And to do that, he's going to have to demonstrate some organizational tenacity. Remember, Gingrich's campaign is now just solvent. So Romney's still in the best position to win the nomination from an organizing and fundraising standpoint.
Ed, Barney Frank stepping down. What does that mean? This guy's got a long history. What does it mean for him to step out in the way he did it, saying that redistricting was a factor here, and he says he doesn't want to be a lobbyist here. He wants out.
Well, I mean, retirements are part of Congress. We see them every session, regardless of who's in the majority or who's in the minority. But, Barney Frank has a long record of service, and we'll miss him in Congress. But I don't think that this is anything too abnormal from our regular political cycles.
And politically, Ford, this is not a seat that Republicans are looking at to possibly win.
Well, we have 0 Republican congressmen in the state of Massachusetts, and in 2012, we'll still have 0 Republican congressmen in the state of Massachusetts.
No matter who retires.
You got it.
All right. Thanks a bunch. Thanks, Ford O'Connell and Ed Espinoza. That is fair game for the day.